Hey everyone, it's Tiffany, and I'm here to offer an astrology forecast and tarot Friday for Friday, I almost said November, May 19th. And on Friday, May 19th, we have a new moon in 28 degrees of Taurus. So we're going to talk about that a little. And we're also going to talk about Mars is going to be opposing Pluto over the weekend. And the sun will sextile Mars. Let's see, the sun will also enter Gemini. And I'm pre-recording this. I'm going to be on the road with my best Gemini friend. And so if you want to follow our journeys, we're going through New Mexico and Colorado, and that's why this is being recorded ahead of time. But don't worry, the astrology is already set. Spirit has already given me the cards for you this weekend, and all is well. So let's first talk a little bit about this new moon. And so this particular new moon is going to be in 28 degrees of Taurus. And so if you know your chart, you know what house 28 degrees of Taurus is in. That will help you a little bit. But a new moon family cycle starts a new 2.5-year story that unfolds over time. The new moon is kind of the seeding subconscious period. And so you guys know that I absolutely love Jan Spiller's work on new moon. It's called New Moon Astrology, her book. It's a great book to really sort through all of the different flavors of each of the moons and things that you can wish for and set your intentions in. She teaches that you should make your intentions within the first 8 hours, like the new moon happens, and then within the next 8 hours, that's when you go, not before, not after. There are other astrologers that say, no, you have plenty of time in the new moon period because it's really not going to kick into gear until the first quarter moon, which in this moon family cycle is February 16th of 2024. This whole moon family story will complete in August of 2025. So there's 3 moons that go along with the Friday, May 19th new moon in Taurus. It starts on Friday, May 19th, 2023. The first quarter moon, when things kick into gear, is February 16th of 2024. The pivot happens when we've got our full moon on November 15th of 2024. And then the mission complete happens on August 16th, okay, of 2025. So, if you think about the new moon in Taurus, the Taurus is very sensual, it's very physical, it's the physical body, it's our food, our diet plans, it's our money, how we conserve money, how we spend money, and it's really resetting our value systems, our internal value systems. And then it also helps us see how we are in relationship to other people with what we place value on and what we don't. So I recently had the experience of somebody that didn't place much value on some of my work. And it was indicative of the way that they were talking, right? And so I realized like I was operating as a professional agency and they were operating as though I was just kind of like a friend doing them a favor. And so there can be opportunities to right size some expectations and value in stories like this as we approach this new moon on Friday. May 19th. Okay, so let's get a universal card for everybody watching this weekend. What is it that everybody watching, just asking Spirit to infuse this reading with the energy that is needed for May 19th. Okay. All right, we get a Page of Swords. So this is about honesty, and it's really about innocence. And so the pages give us a message, something that we need to think about, swords, right? So there's something coming to you this weekend that you just need to be honest about. And as soon as you're honest, it's almost like being that kid with innocence, with childlike wonder, that they're not trying to hurt your feelings, they just think you're pregnant. They don't realize that you're overweight. You know what I mean? It's that type of a thing where it's like, just be honest. It's nothing personal, and you'll feel so much better once you get clear with yourself. So is there something that you're not quite able to see about yourself? Well, this weekend is going to help you get truthful and honest. Do you not really want this job? Do you not really want to live here? Do you know that, but you're not really doing anything about it? Are there some truths and mistruths and things that you've been deceiving yourself about? This weekend in the astrology, we've got Mars opposite Pluto, and this is a good time to really get strategic. Mars gives us a lot of energy, and Pluto gives us this transformative, regenerative power. And so this can help us know what to focus on, know what we should fully focus on, right? With this Page of Swords, what do you want to fully focus on? What do you love so much that it requires your full attention? is another way of looking at it. I mentioned that the sun was going to sextile Mars, and so that's a beneficial, positive also use of this momentum and this focus energy. There can be with the sun about the self, there can be some healthy self competition going on. How are you better than you were last month? How are you, how have you improved? Where can you see some of these gratitude milestones? With all of that Mars energy, I'm also going to tell everybody to stay hydrated. This is a message to myself too. And just a reminder, that Page of Swords, this is an air sign, and the sun moves into Gemini May 20th through June 21st. So happy birthday to all of our Geminis watching. If you want to gift them a reading or a report or something special from Wise Skies, we would love to help you celebrate. Okay, let's move into our Aries. So clearing the deck for everybody watching this weekend, just moving through time and space in divine right alignment, knowing that all of the messages received today you can take or leave, but that they're here for you, for your own spiritual development, to see something about yourself. Okay. Just the discovery process and the learning process can be fun. All right, so Aries, we get a 3 of Cups. And with this 3 of Cups comes a big party, it comes a celebration, and often we can get a little drunk, right, in the celebratory vibes and make some decisions that we might not otherwise make. The 3 of Cups reminds me of a blending of energies. And so this can be, 3 is a crowd energy too. It can be like more than 2 people in a relationship. It can be a crowded house feeling. It can be somebody overstaying their welcome. It can be enabling somebody to stay longer than they need to. It can be lots of things going on with this card, Aries. And so use it for the good times, but be aware of, some codependent behaviors that might be trying to come through, and just being clear in your own energy. And therefore, everybody else will know where to draw the line with you, All right. For our Taurus, we've got a 7 of Cups. And so for our Taurus, this is a card of having a lot of options. And so it's very fortunate when we have many options. And so this is a reminder that you're not pigeonholed into one life path, and only this one life path. Taurus is a fixed sign. And sometimes there can be this making your own, making a decision and just kind of sticking with it, whether it's good or bad for you. This is a reminder that you have other options, right? That this is a choose your own adventure, and that there are other things that you can do with your precious human life. Now, if you know these other options and you stick with the choice that you've got, that too can be freeing, because you're in a place of acceptance and choice. Okay. All right. For our Gemini, we've got the Judgment card. And so this can be a card of renewal. It can be a card of life after death. It can be a card of criticism. It can be a card of constructive criticism. The Judgment card often has Jesus depicted in it because of that regenerative vibe of, life after death in a way. And so for some Geminis, where are you feeling refreshed? Where have you let something go completely, let something die, and moved forward with this breath of fresh air, with this new spirit, this new person that's trying to live through you creatively, right? And so something needs to be birthed from you and for you, Gemini. Okay, so pay attention to what's going on in your heart and in your life. All right, for our Cancers, we've got the Fool card. So the Fool card, this one is about an exciting new journey or adventure. This is the starting place. This is ground zero. The Fool is zero. It is the first card of the major arcana. And so the Fool card, this has to do with marching to the beat of your own drum, innocently going forward, not making plans. It's just like this ability to float through life and just enjoy it and not be rushed or pressured by normal society pressures, right? And so Cancer, it's just time for you to have this free spirit and to go forward, even though it might not make sense to other people, to follow your intuition forward and to have fun, and to be reminded that you might not have all the resources for the rest of your life stockpiled in your fridge right now, but you have what you need, and you have what you need today, and therefore you can enjoy this day, right? Okay. For our Leos, we've got the 8 of Wands. This is a card meaning something is happening fast. This could be that your children are growing up in a blink of an eye, and they're already ready for graduation. And just yesterday, you were remembering their cute little baby stories. This could be a deal that you have wanted for a long time, and all of a sudden it happens quickly. This could be a home that you've put on a vision board, and all of a sudden it falls in your lap. And so when things happen quickly, how willing are you to receive? How willing are you to receive? And so let something happen fast. And know that it can all be over in the blink of an eye, and that hard times can pass quickly, and that good times can enter quickly. And so what needs some swift attention in your life, and focus on that this weekend. Okay, for our Virgos, we've got the Tower card. So for our Virgos, letting something crash and burn is not very comfortable, because you have that strategic side of you that can kind of see things, plan things out, understand what's going down, be kind of more methodical and practical with your energy. But this Tower card is just requiring you to let something burn down. And that's uncomfortable for you. So I'm going to say, Virgos, any area where you're outside of your comfort zone this weekend, know that it is just making room for the next garden that you're going to be planting. So don't worry. Don't let this take you all the way down into despair. Just know that, at the end of winter, when we leave all of our plants in the garden, and we want to, it's like we want to clear them out as quickly as possible, but we don't. We kind of leave some up so that the nutrients are going into the soil, and that we're building soil and regenerating the earth all winter. And then there is a moment that it needs to be cleared before the new garden can be planted. And you're in that clearing moment where you're like, I don't want to let go of the old stuff. I don't really know what the new stuff is happening, but I know that I have to clear it in order to prepare the way for the new energy coming in. Okay. After Virgo comes Libra. We've got the Emperor. And so the Emperor, this has to do with authority. It has to do with your job, and it has to do with the boss of your life. It can have to do with male figures as well, or masculine figures. And so Libras, what do you need to pay attention to as far as the job of your life? Just a reminder that God is your employer, and that if you're working for spirit, if you're working for a higher purpose, that it can kind of lighten up all of the things that we feel like we need to do as humans when the lists get really heavy and long, and we feel very connected to the task list, or the person in power that we're seeking approval from, or all of these things that can happen, right? And so this is just a reminder that you're working for something bigger. And so maybe this is a good weekend to reconnect with your life mission, your life purpose, and what you're really here for. It's something bigger than just changing jobs, right? Okay, after Libra comes our Scorpios. This is the Empress card. And so I'm happy because Scorpios got a tough card last weekend. But the Empress, this is about Mother Earth, connecting with the earth, connecting with nature, the Mother Earth goddess. The Empress card is about birthing something new, either an actual baby, welcoming a new pet, seeing the seeds that you've planted begin to have fruit. This can indicate an incubation period that you're growing something beautiful. And so keep going with your spiritual activities, because they're working and they're helping you curate something that is so beautiful, that is so fertile and juicy and floral, and just really incredible in your life. And so this can be a time when you can be connected to that essence, just of purity and growth that the earth mother gives us, right? It can be a time when you're connected more to your herbalism, to your crystal work, to your teas. It can be a time when you start to bathe with the herbs more. And if you don't have a full bath, you can just do like a hand bath or a foot bath with the herbs. There's something that can really be infused from plant nature, earth nature, working in the dirt, and then also just the general idea that something is happening through you and your creative, beautiful channels. All right. After Scorpio comes Sag, we get the Hermit. And so this is a time to just step away, have a little bit of alone time, maybe get some perspective. We all need to go through these dark places to bring the subconscious conscious. We need to go into the shadows to bring the light forward. And so this isn't indicating anything negative. It's just indicating a little time out can help you with a reset, and so that you're able to go forward with a light. But you can't just be the light on all the time, like Energizer Bunny all the time, go, 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 go. You need to have this downtime, this away time. And this away time really does mean it's easy for us in away time to be on our phones, be on the computer, be flipping through a book. let downtime be like real downtime, like old-fashioned downtime. Pick up your guitar, pick up the yarn and crochet something, do something with your hands that is non-technological. And look at the world around you for forced connections to see what messages that the universe has in store for you. Okay. After Sag, let's see, Capricorn. All right, Capricorn with the 8 of coins. This is about chopping wood, carrying water, being consistent, being dependable, being stable, and being humble to learn something new that requires that repetition, right? And so there's some quote somewhere about how many hours it requires to master something, right? This is what that card makes me think of, this like putting in the time it takes now in order to have mastery later, putting in the foundation, yes, and being dependable to yourself about the hours that you're putting in. So if you're wanting to learn piano, you need to sit down and practice piano for an hour a day and take lessons and, be involved and listen to piano and do all the things and immerse yourself in it. And so Capricorn, where are you immersing yourself in? That's what you're becoming a pro at. That's what you're becoming a master at. And is that what you want to become a master at, right? Okay. Now for our Aquarius, we've got the Justice card. And so the Justice, this is that card of the karma police when things feel unbalanced or unfair out there. The Justice card comes in to say, don't worry, the universe has this. You can step back. You don't have to fight this fight. You can allow something to happen without having to fix it, argue with it, explain it, what's going on, defend it. You can just allow the injustice in front of you without having to jump in all the time. Now, of course, there are times that it's appropriate to stand up and say what you need to say in terms of your own personal justice. This card I usually find in my practice has more to do with stay out of it than get in it in my personal practice, but you know what's right for you and you know how to follow your own heart, and you're going to have your own interpretation of this card as well. Usually indicates it just feels like the balance of powers is off, and you can use that kind of like Libra energy to rebalance something that just doesn't feel quite right on the inside. And if you do that on the inside, it's going to look fine on the outside. You're not going to notice the injustices out there. If you're balancing it from yourself from the inside, it's going to help recalibrate the imbalances on the outside world too. Okay. All right. And then our Pisces, we get the 4 of Wands. And so Pisces, I love this card. It's the one about surfing. It's like the 4 is about being stable, solid, dependable, rock, concrete, right? And then the Wands is about action. So how can you be dependable in your actions? How can you do what you say you were going to do dependably over time, consistently? How can you be riding the surfboard in motion, but also really, really strong and stable, requiring all of your core, all of your muscles, all of your breath to just stay centered while everything is moving around you? And how can you enjoy it too? This traditionally is the wedding reception, the party after the wedding. And so there can be time for a celebration too. You can see them dancing in the background. They've got plenty of water. They've got decorations. And so this can be an indicator to enjoy your life, right? To enjoy the ride that you see in front of you. And it can also be an indication to throw or attend some parties, something that feels like a community gathering, that feels like a celebration, right? Okay, guys, I hope this has been useful to you. Have a great weekend. Follow your heart, and namaste.